So we've come to a show that really is steeped in history. It's one that sits firmly on the equestrian calendar, being the biggest pony show in the UK.
Yes, we are here at Bury Farm, the Pony of the Year show. Let's have a look at what's coming up.
Well, so much to look forward to, and we start by talking to someone who's been involved with Pony of the Year show since the very beginning.
It started way back in 1998, and we went to a venue called Hartbury College, which is very well known now. It wasn't then. It had a small indoor and we used a small outdoor, which one morning we woke up to find was frozen over, so we couldn't start jumping until 11.
So it was started at Hartbury. Where did it go on to after that?
It started at Hartbury, and then we went to Warwickshire College and then moved to Towlands, and then we moved here to Bury Farm 2 years ago. This is our third year here.
And what do you think the future is for Pony of the Year show?
Well, judging from the number of competitors and the enthusiasm everybody has, hopefully it will be here for another 17 years, but I might not be.
And how's it changed and adapted over the years? Have you seen any big changes?
Yes, it's increased in numbers. We've introduced classes. We didn't have an 11 under to start with. We had the straightforward 1 to 8, 1 3 8, 14 2s, JAs. We had novice, intermediate and a talent spotters, which is now the JC class.
Finally, the sort of level of riding this year at Pony of the Year, how would you say that's compared to previous years?
I actually have said to the judges on a couple of occasions how impressed I am. I think the children are riding really well right from 11 and under through, especially the novice children, because a lot of them, they don't go to many big shows. I think the junior academies throughout the country have really helped, and it's showing, it's starting to show, and they're all riding well. They look smart, neat, tidy, and yeah, very impressed actually.
Well, the Children and Horses is going to be a great class tonight, and that's actually where we head now. We go and find out how the riders think they are going to get on this evening in the Children and Horses Grand Prix here at Pony of the Year.
I'm with Jack Whittaker, who is about to ride in Children and Horses. Who are you riding, Jack, and how are you feeling?
I'm riding Savo. It's owned by one of the lads that work on our yard. He's a really nice horse, and I'm feeling well about it.
Good. So obviously being a Whittaker, there might be a bit more pressure on you than everybody else here.
It happens like that, but I don't really feel it. It's just sort of what you do, and it's what you do. So it's just what happens, and you've got to get on with it.
Good. And your horse is very, very big.
Yeah, he's 17 hands, and I'm only a small guy, so it's
you are a little
to
guy,
handle.
and Jack is only 12. I say only 12, which will make you probably one of the youngest in the class.
Yeah.
But we're not scared. We're going to go for the win. How are you feeling, Morgan?
Fairly confident. Yeah.
Is this your first time here at Boys?
I haven't been for a couple of years. I came when I was 8 last time I was at Boys, but not since.
And how old are you now?
I'm now 15.
Oh, okay. So you're on the higher end of the age spectrum in this class.
Yeah.
And what horse have you brought with you?
I've brought my mum and dad's horse, which I've been riding for the past few months or so, bringing it on. It's called Mifflin's Mirage.
And how old and how tall?
She's just to turn 7, and she is roughly 16'2".
Oh, okay, cool. So you're feeling positive, feeling like you could take home the win?
I'm feeling fairly positive. She is young, so it's all about experience really, with how she, just to get around, see how she does.
Hopefully I'll win, but I don't think I will, because there's quite a few good people in it and got good horses. So.
I'm a little bit nervous, but the course is quite nice, and I think it will suit him for what he's like when he's in a tight arena. So
It should be okay.
You're feeling good. And who are you riding and how big is he?
I'm riding GRC Clover. He's about 16.1 and he's just a 6-year-old, so...
Oh, he's not very old.
No, so it's his first time in an arena like this. So it should be. I'm just hoping he'll just do nicely.
So we've heard from our riders, but let's talk to the man behind the track, international course designer Neil Theobald.
Well, it's a hard one to build for because of the fact you've actually got children on horses, and although this is predominantly a pony show with pony type tracks, in the real world a course should suit horses and ponies. So you're trying to make a track where, again, you've got the children and the horses, but you want to ride them as horses and not as ponies. I wouldn't say I'd gone over technical with tonight's track for the simple reason, again, you've got some very new combinations. It's just basically a flowing course. I've only put 2 related distances in, which are very even distances. Basically, I've left the rider to make their own decision on the lines they take.
Well, a very strong field here in the Children on Horses Grand Prix. We saw 57 start in round 1. That gave us 15 clears, and as we pick up the action in the jump off, Jodie Holmacket's here already well on track, heading round towards that final line with Vici. And the first part of that final double comes down. She finishes on 4 and 32.42. But it's definitely far from over for Jodie Holmacket's here, with still another ride to come a little bit later on. But for now, we turn our attention to Harry Charles and Gold II, a horse owned by Rose Moss, and a fairly new ride for Harry. He's only had it a month or 2 at most, and already taking it out on the continent, jumping it internationally out in Spain just a week or 2 ago. This evening, looking to set a standard for us, being our first clear here in the Children on Horses Grand Prix. Based in Hampshire, and of course son and under the tutelage of Olympic rider Peter Charles. Could he be our first clear? Got the option here. Does he go left and tight or go safe and right? He goes towards the outside. That is the safe route, but it does look like he's going to be our first clear, and he is all the way. 37.10, so we have our first clear this evening in the Children on Horses Grand Prix. It's Harry Charles and Gold II that sets a standard. So that does add a little bit of pressure as we go to Ellie Archdeacon and Wheatsig II, the horse owned by Fiona Johnson. Ellie not been together with this one for too long, but we did see her have a success at Houghton Hall just a week or 2 ago. Ellie, of course, many of you will know through her pony days, doing very well in all the grades, and probably best known for her partnership with that fantastic grey pony, Greenacres Bobby, the one that she took to Horse of the Year show. Coming round towards this final option here, do they go left or are they going to go safe? They go safe with this one. Pushing on down that final line, not going to catch the time, drifting left a little and finishing in 42.41. But a big smile, a big pat, and into second place they go. Ellie Archdeacon, Wheatsig II. So 37.10, still that time to beat as we go now to Harriet Leader White and Utah. This very experienced horse, 13 years old now. It is a grade A. Bred in the Netherlands, and it's been in the family for a year or 2. Having that great win last year at the British Show Jumping Scope Festival. Looks like she wants to take on that challenge. At this stage, probably about a second or 2 down. But it could all be in that final turn, of course, as we head round towards this fence here. We can go left, save a few seconds, or we can be safe. She does go for the safe option though as we head round towards that final double. It is a clear. Let's take a look. 40.47, so that pops her into second place. Second at this stage for Harriet Leader White, Utah. So it's Faye Adams now, Zatricia II, a rider who's represented her country from a young age, and certainly no stranger to success. Comes inside here, heading round towards the butterflies at 9. Oh, got to straighten up though, and it's 4 jumping faults there for that disobedience. Now as we get back on track, we might see her putting the pedal down a little bit, as she knows a 4-fault round and a quick time could help her climb the leaderboard as we get to the latter stages of this Children on Horses Grand Prix. 3 jumping efforts left away from home. Might go for this turn inside here. Oh, it takes that down and goes outside, so it's 8 we carry as we come round towards that final line. And yes, 8 jumping faults there. 42.61 for Zatricia II and Faye Adams. So Harry Charles still leads the way. 37.10 stays the time to beat as we head now to Jack Whitaker, Savoie. Jack, a very talented young rider at just 12 years old, and this horse very big at 17 hands and very experienced as well, owned by Joe Clayton, and Joe did take it internationally on many occasions and to Horse of the Year show as well. Jack having a great campaign at Pony of the Year show. He's been on the podium many times. So heads round towards this final option as he lands here. Could go left and save a few seconds. Oh, tries it, but ends up going round the back there. Pushing on down though to this final line. And it is a clear for Jack Whitaker. 37.71, not bad at all. Takes him and Savoie into second. 37.71. So a great variety of horses here this evening, and we go from the experienced Grade A to a 6-year-old that was just registered with British Show Jumping last year, Jodie Giles, who's Simply S. The horse owned by Julie Pratt. Looks like they're going for that steady clear this evening, pushing it out and towards that corner. Oh, the front bar does come down though, so it's 4 faults there. Gets a little bit long into this one, and oh, that one comes down as well, so it's on 8. Got to use this time now to regroup, take a nice big deep breath. It's coming back down towards the middle, and that one comes down, so it is 12 faults at this stage for Jodie. Again, uses this corner. Going to have to be careful of the time as well. 52 seconds that time allowed. And of course we're under national rules this evening, so it's 1 time fault for every elapsed second. Down to this final line. Jumps the double nicely. Finishes on the 12 for jumping. We do have some time though. 56.46 at 5 time faults. And a total of 17 there for Jodie Giles. And who's Simply S. Right, we turn our attention now to Jordan Gann and Vinchin. This one owned by Karen Dyson. Jordan we saw at the British Show Jumping Scope Festival last year. Winners of the 138 there. Progressing very well onto horses. And up on the clock as she lands there. Stays nice and tight round that prize table. As we come to the upright. Got to be careful, these uprights very delicate. Makes it look easy though as she comes round. 3 efforts left. Goes to the outside but keeps nice and tight. This is looking good. It is clear. Let's have a look at the time. 35.19, which means we do have a brand new leader this evening here in the Children on Horses Grand Prix. So 35.19 becomes that new challenge as we go to Jodie Hall-McAteer and Beringa II. This horse owned by Keith Fisher does have some experience with a previous jockey. We saw it at Royal Windsor last year. Jodie Hall-McAteer been having a great campaign here at Pony of the Year show. We've seen her on the podium on many occasions over the last couple of days. Looking not bad time-wise. Of course, we saw her with her previous ride, first to go in the jump-off, got the turn to the inside after 7, but then took the first part of the double down. Gets the turn again, straightens up, a very good turn there. Oh, and history repeats itself. That double comes down once again. 37.38 is the time, and it's a 4-fault round for Jodie Hall-McAteer, Beringa II. We're back to Harry Charles now, and he returns with his second ride, Indiana 192. Harry led the way and was then pushed into second, so he will be looking to get back up towards the top. This horse very experienced. It's one that Graham Lovegrove took out to jump 150 tracks on last year in Rotterdam and Lisbon as well. He takes the left-handed option there. This is looking good. Is he going to come inside? Yes, he is. He does get the turn. The horse has the experience to do that. Pushes on, and oh, that comes down again. It's 4 jumping faults, 34.30 there for Harry Charles in his second ride, Indiana 192. We go to Tara Burt now. She made a great name for herself with successes on Coco Can and My Little Tinker. She's ridden many occasions at Horse of the Year show and no stranger to Pony of the Year show. On track with her, a horse called Valerie B. They really have it together as a combination. Tonight, 35.19 is the challenge. 3 efforts away from home. And goes towards the outside. Not going to be too far away. She comes down towards this final line. And finishes in 34.87. So we do have a brand new leader in the Pony of the Year show Children on Horses Grand Prix. And of course, with that new time to beat does come some added pressure. Abby Taylor next, Amber Lee Walk, one of the horses owned by John Winnett. Comes towards the outside here. And oh, does have a little bit of resistance round the corner, so 4 jumping faults added on for that one. Again, it's important here just to take that deep breath, get organised and get back underway. But oh, it comes down as well, so it's 8 jumping faults we sit on. Making that turn then, and heading back towards home. So we carry 8 as we come round to the final line. Don't forget the time allowed, of course, sitting at 52 seconds. So we might just have a couple of time faults there as well. Drifts to the left, finishes on 54.28, and that brings us to a total of 11. Well, it's not going to be Abby's night, sadly, but she will be cheering on for her sister. We welcome her identical twin now. We go to Kelly Taylor, Crevad Josh. Again, the horse owned by John Winnett. And as we know, 34.87 is that time to beat this evening here on the Children on Horses Grand Prix. Definitely is far from over. Some very talented riders still to come. And of course, Kelly doing rather well. Got a little bit sticky there as she came round the corner. I was just about to say she rode very well in the qualifying classes. Just a little bit of pressure tonight. And again, goes to the outside here. Down to this final line, and she does jump a double clear, 40.16, and clear all the way there for Kelly Taylor, Crevad Josh. And that brings us to just 2 combinations left to go in the jump off of the Children on Horses Grand Prix. Victoria Bennett now, Billy Crunch, as the name suggests, bred at the Billy Stud, with Billy Mexico being the sire. And oh, that fence did come down, so it is 4 jumping faults at this early stage in the round for Victoria. But as she knows, a fast 4-faulter in this one will secure a high place. So she pushes on. We go left-handed here. Of course, they do have the option to go either left or right as they land over that yellow upright. Pushes on down here. Time-wise is looking very good and still just on the 4 faults as we go round tight to the butterfly. Pushing on down that final line. And it is just the 4, 36.15, so time not bad at all. 36.15 and 4 there for Victoria, Billy Crunch. And that brings us to our last to go. It's Emily Ward and Elite K. Emily back to defend her title. She rode to victory in this last year. She's been a prolific winner in the 130s with this horse. Winner at Blue Chips as well. And one thing is for sure, Tara Burt will be biting her nails at the entrance. 34.87 is the time to beat. And yes, she is up on the clock as we land here. 3 efforts remain. And goes inside. That could be the turn that wins it for Emily as we push on down the final double. It's got to be quicker. 34.50. There's your winner. Emily Ward takes it for the second year in a row. Elite K. So let's take a look at that confirmed result, and it's Emily Ward who takes the win. Elite K 34.50. Tara Burt finishes second with Valerie B. Jordan Gann in third. Vincent. Harry Charles takes the fourth with Gold the seconds, and it's Jack Whittaker in fifth. Saveur.
So a very, very strong field this evening in the Children on Horses Grand Prix, but one rider rode to victory. Emily, how does it feel to take the Children on Horses tonight at Pony of the Year?
I'm very happy with how Elite K went, and it's nice to defend the title again because I won it last year as well.
And how did the competition compare to last year? Was it easier? Was it harder?
Both years have been really tough. It's been very fast, but I've got two really fast horses, so it's been relatively nice.
And you're in the JA later on tonight. Who have you got in the JA tonight?
King Mac, Wizard the Eighth, and Dafina K.
Well, the very best of luck in the JA. We might speak to you again.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
So another fantastic win for Emily Ward. She really is on fire right now, and just last week we went to her yard to find out what it takes to prepare for Pony of the Year.
I think I got into horses because my parents were always into horses. I started show jumping when I was around 7 on a little pony called Kip Kip Hooray. It kind of went on from there. I had a few 13-2s, and obviously I've got my two main 14-2s now, King Mac and Wizard the Eighth. And now it's led on to horses as well.
Nick Ward's been with Emily every step of the way, not just as a father, but also a trainer.
I think it's good having a dad as a trainer because they don't mind telling you the truth and like how it needs to be done. So they know you won't take it offensively, they know you just want to learn.
Well, we've had great fun together and I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I'm as keen as Emily is keen, really. We enjoyed doing it together as a family, so that side of it's been good. And I think, as Emily says, obviously I really wanted to do well.
Competing in school can be a hard mix, but Emily manages to juggle them very well.
School are very good with having time off. They call it educated off-site, which, because it's what I want to do for my career, it's learning, about my future job. It'll be difficult when I'm doing my final GCSEs next year, but I think it'll be fine.
And after finishing school, Emily already has a career plan in place.
After school, I'm hoping to go on an apprenticeship with Michael Whittaker and base myself over there.
Yeah, it will be strange if she goes off to Michael's for training, but it's something that we've always discussed, and Michael's a good family friend of ours, and I said to me all along if I'd like Emily to go there one day, he'd be very happy to have her.
And as with any busy competition yard, Emily has a routine in place.
Throughout the week I normally ride after school. I start riding about 4:30 because that's when I get home and get changed. I'm quite slow getting changed. So I normally get on my first one around 4:30 and work through 3 or 4 of them per night. But with 2 teams of horses, with the ponies and the horses, it can sometimes be quite difficult to get them all done. So I have a lot of help on the yard riding and working the horses.
But of course that routine does vary when preparing for a show.
Well, we kind of do the preparation to suit the horse, so what we think the horse needs or what it needs to work on to excel it.
The ponies that we're taking and the horse we're taking this year are fairly experienced animals, so they really, what we're working on is just making sure they hit peak fitness, they're happy, confident. We're giving them a little jump today, for example, which is Monday. We're going to travel on Thursday. They'll have a bit of flat work and hacking tomorrow and a final jump on Wednesday, and then they should be ready to go when they get there.
And when it comes to packing the lorry, there's one thing right at the top of Emily's list.
Food. for us and the horses. Obviously they need their tack in.
We do have a checklist for the lorry, yeah, so we make sure that every horse has got all the bits of equipment it needs. Most of Emily's riding gear stays in the lorry, so that should be there, but we will have a final check through. And we just need Emily to clean her boots, and then we're about ready to go.
Join us after the break as we catch all the action from the JA Grand Prix and meet some of the stars from this year's Pony of the Year show. So, final preparations underway. We will be speaking to the riders, but first we catch up with our course designer Neil Theobald to find out what he expects from the 29 starters in this evening's JA Grand Prix.
I expect them to be, well, to jump big fences. I mean, that, you know, that's obvious, but I also expect them to be able to decide how they want to ride a line, the strides they want to take. I want them jumping. I want to jump in across fences, and I want them moving forward.
It looks quite technical, and it's quite a small ring, so it's off the corners everywhere, but it doesn't look overly huge or big. I've got Tixie Licks, and she's obviously very forward going, and she's very scopy. And then my other ride, Morris, is a bit different. He's very scopy as well, but he takes more control and things off the floor.
Who's your biggest competition tonight?
Emily Ward, I think.
And what do you think of the course? Have you walked around it yet? I know we've just grabbed you mid.
Yeah, I'm nearly at the end, but it doesn't actually look as big as I thought it would, so.
We've managed to find Abby Bevan as well as she's walking the track. What do you think of the track so far?
It's big enough and it should suit my pony because there's plenty of oxes. He's jumped good this week, and the combi should suit him because he likes an oxer going in.
And what do you think of the competition tonight? Who are you looking out for?
I think Emily Ward's got a good chance, and I think Charlotte Ash, she's gone really well this week, and Alex Gill, I think he'll bring something pretty good out.
Well, I think it's quite a technical track and it's quite big for such ponies, but I've got one who's quite scopy, and I think it'll be tricky, but it'll be a nice course to jump and challenging.
So are you feeling nervous or quiet? I sense a quiet, confident air about you, Harry.
Well, I trust my pony. He's got a lot of scope, but I'm feeling a bit nervous, especially with people, and there's a bit of pressure on me from everyone. But I'm hoping I can jump as well as I can, and the pony jumps as well as he can, and then I think it'll be alright.
Seeing you concentrating, walking around, so I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
So the JA Grand Prix, always a tough test for both pony and rider. We started 29 in the first of a possible 3-round competition, and after round 1 we saw a total of 7 clears. That means the lower placings go to round 1, and finishing in the 10th place was Abby Bevan and 4th Viewmaster, who finished on just the 4 jumping faults in 59.91. Just behind Abby was Jared Lunn and Javazalun, finishing in 9th from round 1 with 4 jumping faults recorded in 57.65. It was a frustrating evening for Faye Adams, who just took the very first fence down and finished on 4 faults to take 8th place in 55.69. So 7 combinations progressed through into round 2, and of course that second round of an A8 competition really is all about the jumping and going clear. 6 combinations managed to do just that, with Faye Adams having a very unlucky rail and finishing in the 7th place with Some Like It Hot. We pick up the action as our 6 remaining riders head against the clock, and it is Emily Ward who gets us underway with the fantastic 148 King Mac. A rider who's had a great campaign here over the last few days, of course continuing that success with a win in the Children on Horses Grand Prix just a few hours ago. Oh, and that's gone. The back bar off the oxer in. On the double comes down, so it's 4 faults at this stage for Emily. Quite surprising. I know a lot of the riders said she'd be the one to watch, so that does take the pressure off for them. And of course Emily pushes on now because a fast 4 fault round could still earn a good place in this one. Comes round towards the final fence. And it is just the 4 faults, 36.01. And we see here in the first part of the double that back bar comes down, and Emily leaves us on the 4. And we head to Harry Charles now. Aroldo is the name of the horse, owned by Simon Rowe. And Harry starting 2 this evening in the JA Grand Prix. Had a bit of an unlucky round with Scooby-Doo, but he does have this one safely through, and he hopes to be our first double clear. Still looking for the turns though. He knows there's a lot of talent to come behind him. So not going for the steady safe one. He is taking a few options and a few turns, as well as really pushing on to cover the ground. So good left-handed turn, gets the inside one. 2 efforts left. And yes, we do have our first double clear, 35.86. So that standard has been set. The pressure's added on for the remaining riders. And we saw Harry there breathing a sigh of relief. So we welcome the turn now of Charlie Dawson. De Stavler's Misty is the name of this 148 pony. And of course they'll all either be watching or have spies that will have mentioned we've got a clear now, and of course that standard has been set 35.86. Oh, gave that a tap, but it's up. That's the important thing. We remain on a 0 score. Heading round to this line. Oh, gave that a knock, got away with it. Oh, but that one does come down. Our luck runs out, so we are on the 4 jumping now. Just taking a second or two to regroup, and coming round the corner, she has steadied up a little bit. And still just on that score of 4. Oh, but that comes down to the final fence. Finishes on the 8 jumping faults in 41.69 for Charlie Dawson, De Stavler's Misty. Now to a rider who's been on the winner's podium on many occasions this week. The pony certainly needs no introduction. It is Jody Hall-McAteer and the fantastic Tixie Legs. A very experienced 148 pony that brought so much success for Jessica Mendoza. And at this very, very early stage, it is up on the clock. Doesn't seem to hold up at all. She looks for every single turn, pushes for every single stride. Fantastic combination and a very nice turn. 2 fences left. She is up. Pushes on into the last. This is going to be quick. Let's have a look at the time. 33.47. Look at that nice air hook. There it is again. We have ourselves a brand new leader. 33.47 for Jody Hall-McAteer, Tixie Legs. So just 2 combinations left to go in the 3rd and final round of this JA Grand Prix. Charlotte Ash makes her approach. And oh, that first fence comes down. So she knows once again she's got to push on if she wants to finish near the top of the leaderboard. A fast 4 fault will do that for her this evening. Jumps nicely down this double. Goes wide here though as we come down the line. Oxer in. And upright out. Still just on the 4 faults as we make our turn round towards this final line. The dog leg to finish. Oh, and the final one comes down. Just drifts towards the right. And if we look here, we can see it's actually her knee that catches the wing. That's got to be sore. Finishes on 8 jumping. 36.17. And we're down to our final combination. But it's far from over because Alex Gill steps forward with Amon Valley Santino. A combination we saw in this very competition just last year here at Pony of the Year show. He knows it's going to be a tough challenge this evening. 33.47 is that time to beat. Again, jumping nicely through the double. It is going to be very close. As we make our final turn, Oxer and upright remaining. 33.47 to beat. It's going to be close. Not going to be quite fast enough though. 35.03 to finish in second. Amon Valley Santino and Alex Gill. gives the last one a knock, but it does stay up. And we take a look at that full and final result. Jodie Hall-McAteer takes the win. Tixilix 33-47. Alex Gill finishing in second. Amin Valley Santino. The third going to Araldo and Harry Charles, with fourth going to Emily Ward and fifth to Charlotte Ash.
So the JA Grand Prix is the big one. It's the one that everybody talks about, and it's the one that Jodie Hall-McAteer won. Jodie, how does it feel to win the JA at Pony of the Year show?
Incredible. It's the most amazing feeling.
Is this one of the highlights so far in your career?
Definitely, without a doubt.
And what do you think of Tixilix right now?
She's the most amazing pony I've ever sat on, and I just love her so much.
Now let's talk about the rounds. You went flat out. I don't think you stopped riding for a split second. Would you have changed anything?
No, I don't think so. I think I did just enough, because I had a few people after me who I knew would be quick, so I knew what I had to do, I guess. And it was enough, so I'm pleased.
And earlier on tonight, Tixilix lost a shoe out there. It hasn't affected her whatsoever.
No, I was very lucky actually, because a man was able to put it on in time for the second round. But we weren't sure whether to jump the first round or not, but I'm extremely pleased we did.
Well, you made the right decision. Very well done. You're almost in tears, so we'll let you enjoy your win, and we say very well done.
Thank you.
Well, we really have seen some fantastic jumping over the last 4 days. We were about to meet some of the stars from Pony of the Year show, but if you'd like to be here and be successful, then let's get some top tips from trainer Corin Bracken.
My 3 top tips for getting to Pony of the Year show and being successful there are: be consistent with your pony, make sure your pony is fit enough to do what you want it to do, and take your trainer with you.
My name's Jack Whittaker, and you're watching the highlights of Pony of the Year show 2014 on Canter Banter.
My name's Victoria Bennett, and I was riding Philo Blueprint, and I won the Pony Novice Qualifier.
Hi, I'm Hallie Lunn, and I rode La Hinch Katie in the intermediate qualifier at Pony of the Year show and won it.
My name is Emily Jolliffe, and I won the introductory Grand Prix qualifier.
I'm Sienna Charles, and I won the 1-8 Grand Prix on Matthew's Girl.
I'm Ellen Churchill, and I won the 11 and under Grand Prix on It's Cloud9.
My name's Millie Dickinson, and I won the introductory Grand Prix on my Pony One Burgundy.
Hello, my name's Elise Pilbeam, and I won the Novice Grand Prix on Sapphire UK.
My name's Brooke Hunter. I won the intermediate Grand Prix boys on Wix Blue Magic.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.